Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're all doing well. So today we are creating the Wicked Pumpkin of the West, and I'm so excited for this, I'm even dancing. Okay, so we're going to start with some primer. This one's by CoverGirl, and I'm just going to prime my face and also prime my neck because I'm going to be putting face paint down there. I'm then just going to get my NYX eyebrow marker, and I'm going to start marking out where I want my face kind of cut in half, and we have a dance break. Anyways, so I'm just going to move on to my eyebrows. I'm using the Benefit brow pomade. So I'm just going to roughly just kind of fill my eyebrows out. So this is the glam side of the pumpkin look. So this is the part that has not been taken over yet. So I'm just going to carve out my eyebrows, and then I'm going to start with some foundation. This one's from Maybelline. I wanted to make sure that I was using a full coverage foundation, so I'm just going to use this one, and I'm going to pop that all over. Going in with the NARS concealer, I'm just going to pop this underneath my eyes. I do also go in with another concealer that's a little bit lighter, so you can use any light concealer that you have. Going in with some powder, I'm just going to set that part of my face and also everywhere else for the foundation. And then I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and I'm just going to go in with some of the orange shades, and I'm just going to pop this in my crease and then all over my lid and stuff like that. So the orange that I'm using now, I'm just going to run that along my lower lash line and smoke that out a little bit. I'm then just going to go in with the black shade from this palette, and it's not the most pigmented, so I also go in with another black, and I'm just going to intensify that quite a lot on my outer V and blend that out. I'm then just going to cut my lid, and then I'm going to apply this pigment from Inglot, and I'm just going to pop that all over where the concealer is. I'm then just going to get a really pale gold, and I'm just going to pop that on my inner corner for some highlight. And then I'm going to start doing my eyeliner. My eyeliner was really dried out at this point, so it was a bit difficult to film, which is why I only show this part. Wow, oh my god, I can't talk as per usual. I'm just going to apply some mascara, and I'll put some falsies on a lot later. So then I'm just going to bronze. This one's from Model's Own, and then I'm also going to highlight in just a second. So for highlighter, I'm going in with the MAC Soft and Gentle, and then I'm also going in with the Inglot Sparkling Dust in 06. Okay, starting with the pumpkin side now, I am going to glue down my eyebrows. Now, once again, I'm not the greatest at this. This is only the second time I've ever done it. So I'm just going to glue down my eyebrows. Make sure you use a washable glue as well. I'm then just going to blow dry them, and then I'm just going to repeat with some concealer and powder and just do that a few times. Okay, going in with some orange face paint, I'm going to start with the pumpkin, and we're just going to pop this all over. I'm only doing a thin layer at the moment. I do go back in quite a few times and layer it up. But I am going to leave a little bit of a space where that line is separating my face from the pumpkin and the glam side, because we are going to apply some liquid latex. I was really annoyed here because the orange face paint started to like show my eyebrows even more. Ugh, so annoyed. But anyways, I'm going to get a cotton ball, I'm going to unroll that, and then I'm going to kind of separate it so it's a little bit thinner. I am going to apply some of the liquid latex, and then I'm going to pop the cotton ball over the top of that, and then I'm just going to work my way down my face until that's completely stuck on. Okay, and then I'm just going to go over the top of that with more liquid latex because I want to be able to mold this and also flatten out the edges a little bit. So to flatten out the edges, you will need to apply quite a lot of liquid latex to your fingers so they don't get sticky or rip it up. And then you just want to smooth everything out. If this does not work for you, you can then go in with a makeup brush like I am now that has like a pointed edge, and it works just as good. Going in with another layer of the orange just to make sure everything is nice and even. And I am going to also be taking this down my chest today, so this is going to be a little bit time consuming if you're using a small brush like I am, so make sure you use quite a big brush, otherwise you'll be there for a little while like I was. Okay, so moving on to my mouth because I needed a little bit of structure going on. I had no idea what to do next, so I just start outlining and filling in my lips with black body paint. You can use black lipstick, black eyeliner, you can use whatever you have. So now I'm just going to start creating the little smiles on the side. It does help if you kind of grin a little bit and you can kind of get a bit of a structure going on. But I do also start to thicken these up a whole lot more, as you can see just here. And then I do start filling in my lips. Make sure you use a bigger brush than I am to fill your lips in. I don't know why I didn't, it's just very time consuming. Okay, so moving on to the cracks. So the cracks are representing the pumpkin taking over the glam side a whole lot more. And what I'm going to do is just a little bit of black body paint and kind of wiggle my brush around. And for the cracks that are on the side, don't use as much black body paint, so it kind of looks like it's fading a little bit more. I'm then just going to go in with some more orange paint and fill that in. I'm not making it as opaque because I want it to look a little bit more fresh as it's just starting to come through. Going in with some red body paint, now I'm just going to start creating those staple lines that the pumpkins have through their body, their skin. What the hell is it? I don't even know. I don't know. We're just going to do what everyone else seems to be doing, okay? Now I do fade these out really, really well, so I'm not making them really opaque or anything like that. The first one that I did do was a bit of a fail, but just ignore that. I do also go in with some shadow just in a second to make them a little bit more dirty looking. Here we go. So I'm using black and red eyeshadows just to make them look a little bit more dirty and a little bit more, in a way, noticeable but shaded at the same time, if that kind of makes sense to you guys. This part is completely up to you on how noticeable you want to make your stripes, so go for gold. Now moving back onto the liquid latex, I'm going to start pulling it apart. Now what I was supposed to do was actually cut straight down the middle and make it look like more of an open wound, but honestly I got way too afraid in case I would cut my actual skin. So you can either open it up from the top or slice straight down the middle. It is completely up to you. I am also just going to shade a little bit with some red and black eyeshadow just to make it look a little bit more dirty. Using a smaller brush, I'm going to shade around those cracks as well. You don't want to do too much because it looks a little bit weird. I feel like I did a bit too much, but use a little bit less than me, so just, you know, heads up. Okay, so now I'm going to start creating the little lines that are coming around my mouth. I do start with a black eyeshadow, but honestly, this was like 2.5 hours into creating the look and I was getting over it. So I switched over to black body paint, but I kind of wish I stayed with the black eyeshadow. If you do recreate this, start with the black eyeshadow because then your black body paint will have a shadow behind it and it'll look a whole lot better. Okay, so I'm going to start on my nose now. So I am just going to outline it. It's more of like a skull nose, but this is definitely what I was going after. I was going to do stitches on the side, but I didn't think it was going to look very good. So I just outline my nose and then fill it in with black body paint. I do go back over to the cracks because I realized I forgot to add some highlights, so I'm using the NYX white eyeliner to do that. So these are the two shadows I've been using the whole time. They're both from Makeup Geek. So I am putting the red shade in my crease just to make it seem a little bit more dirty and also to have a little bit more dimension going on as well. I'm just going to apply some black kohl to my waterline and my tightline, and then I'm going to apply some mascara quite messily. This does not need to be neat whatsoever. Going back in with those two shadows, I'm just going to start shading around the mouth and also a little bit on the nose. The lashes that I'm applying today are by XO Beauty in the style Cupid, and I do apply those off camera. But anyways, moving on to the fun part. So the blood that I'm using at the moment was just a test. I did not melt it enough, so ignore that. So now I'm just going to use the Meron coagulated blood, and honestly, this is the part where you have fun. Do whatever you want. I went ham on the blood. So what I also did is I created like a little stippling effect. You can just see right here. I don't pick up any new blood. I just go around and just stipple it on. You can also do this effect with a stippling sponge, but I didn't have one at the time. I'm also just going to apply a little bit of blood to my chest and also my neck. And now the next part is me applying my pumpkin headband. Now I made this out of modeling clay and then I just hot glue gunned it to a headband. You can do whatever you like for this part. You don't even have to do it, but I just wanted to be a little bit extra and I love it. Anyways guys, that is my Wicked Pumpkin of the East look. I really hope you like it. I love it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you for my next Halloween tutorial. Bye!